Hey everyone. Hey, what you're seeing is a quick recap of what has to rank as one of my most memorable detecting outings when I found five, yes, five, seated Liberty half dollars under a tree. Now I have to admit that I've returned back to that tree probably at least 10 times and searched further, but there were no more nice surprises left for me. I have three objectives in this video. The first is to share with you all the seeded coins I found at just two gold mining campsites. My second goal is to briefly discuss the distribution of coins that I found at these two sites by their monetary denominations and what that means to me. And finally, I want to review my disappointing experience of having one of my seeded coins graded and slabbed. You know, conventionally, the California gold rush is said to have occurred between 1848 and 1855, but the search for gold lasted long beyond this period. I was fortunate enough to discover two sites with lots of targets that I'm sure never had been detected before. That was probably in the area, active in the area of the 1860s. I do feel fortunate to have found these two spots and hope to one day find more virgin ground. Anyway, here's what the five coins look like once I remove the caked dirt. And with a ding here and a nick there, you can tell they're not in primo condition, but hey, I love them. Starting with these two fire-roasted 50-cent coins, these are the half dollars I found at the two campsites. These are the quarters and dimes that I dug up as well. So when you look at the distribution by face value, I found 22 seeded half dollars. Of course, two of them were roasted and toasted. Found 9 seeded quarters, 9 seeded dimes. One is in a case, I'll be talking about that soon, and one half dime. What's notable to me is what I didn't find. I found no pennies, no large cents, no flying eagles, no Indian head pennies, just nothing at all in that category. I think the reason I didn't find any pennies is they just weren't worth anything in the West. I've read that in 1849, a dozen eggs cost you the equivalent of what would be $90 a dozen today. The prices were just crazy back then. Yeah, one of my favorite reads is Roughing It by Mark Twain, and he made a comment about money that kind of hits the nail on the head. And I just want to quote this one little section in his book. He says, "The high prices charged for trifles were eloquent of high freights and bewildering distances of freightages. In the East, the smallest money denomination was a penny, and it represented the smallest purchasable quantity of any commodity. West of Cincinnati, the smallest coin in use was the silver 5-cent piece, and no smaller quantity of an article could be bought for less than 5 cents worth. In Salt Lake and West, it was a quarter. A peach, a candle, a newspaper, 25 cents was the price every single time." Well, that's a rational explanation of why of the 41 seeded coins found that 22 were half dollars, but I also didn't find any gold coins. I found an 1853 quarter eagle at another site, but there was no gold found where all these seededs were found. I really have no room to complain, but it is a head scratcher. You know, I really don't pay much attention to the value of the coins I dig, but when I found a seeded dime in pretty good condition, I decided to do some quick research on it. This dime had an S mint mark indicating it was made in San Francisco. By the way, a lot of the older coins I find have S mint marks. One of the benefits of detecting in the West. You know, in 1861, the year the Civil War started, the mintage of dimes out of the Philadelphia Mint was 1,884,000, while out of San Francisco it was only 172,500 coins. So, boy, with that S Mint mark, it certainly makes this coin a lot more rare and valuable. I decided to show it to a local coin dealer, and after looking at it through a loop, he said, "Good find. Nice. I'll give you $500 for it." Well, I thanked him and told him I'll think about it. On the way home, I thought it would probably increase the value of the coin if I had it professionally graded. I'd never done that before, but decided it would be an interesting exercise. I had a number of choices, and I decided to go with a company called ICG, Independent Coin Graders, mostly because they had good reviews and, frankly, were the least expensive and had a reputation for fast turnaround. So I did ship the coin off to their office in Tampa with the fee, and I actually got the coin back pretty quickly. When I got the package back with the coin, it kind of reminded me of school. What's my grade going to be? I opened it up and saw VF35. Awesome! What a nice grade for a coin found metal detecting. VF35 is actually on the high end of the very fine category. Man, I'm happy with that. Yeah, this is exciting. Let's see what's on the other side. There's a barcode, a string of numbers. I don't know what it means, but for some reason it does give me more confidence in the grading company. Well, in my excitement, I missed a word on the front. Cleaned. It's like getting a good grade on a test and then being told that you cheated. A clean coin is bad news, and the value of the coin is slashed. It's probably now worth less than what the coin dealer offered. You know, I didn't clean the coin except to carefully remove most of the dirt with a soft toothbrush. You can even see some of the dirt that remains on the coin if you look real close. I certainly didn't use any abrasives or chemicals on the coin. And I'm not questioning the grading, but I think by being in the ground for so long, for over 160 years, it created etches on the coin that resulted in the clean comment. So at this point, I'm having an internal debate as to what to do. I'm sure tempted to break it open, but I like the grade. But the clean comment, ugh. Also, the plastic case takes away from the beauty of the coin. I think so anyway. It would probably look much better in a gem jar. Well, let me know what you would do in the comment section. And one final thought on this whole grading as clean business. Wouldn't it make sense to have various levels of being cleaned? There has to be a huge difference between using steel wool or aluminum foil on a coin versus, say, a soft toothbrush. By the way, leaving a comment, subscribing, which is free, and liking any YouTube video you enjoy is a great way to say thanks to the person that took the time to put it together. And thank you for watching.